Sunshines, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naturally Monica, and today I have my client here, Brittany, and we are doing a micro lock retightening service. So she's about 6 weeks since her last retightening service. So first things first is we went ahead and got her shampooed and conditioned. Now I'm just inspecting her locks, making sure everything's good. Her scalp was looking good, looking clean. No locks are hanging on for dear life, and we're going to proceed into doing her retightening service. So micro locks are basically traditional locks, but they're smaller. They're about the width of your pinky or like a pencil. And they're like less bulky than traditional locks. Typically, whenever people refer to micro locks, they start the locks off with either doing interlocking all the way through, or they start the locks with twists, braids, or coils. So that's just kind of like a little definition, backstory on what micro locks are, just in case you're not very familiar with this technique. When you're retightening your micro locks, you're going to go ahead and use a tool that is small enough to where you can put it through the new growth and then pull it through without harming or damaging the lock. So the tool that I'm using is a sister lock tool, and the only way to get a sister lock tool is to become to take the class to get your the tool, basically. But no worries, if you want to get a tool that's similar to this, you can literally find one off Etsy or Amazon. I would say Etsy is a really great place to get a like a sister lock tool dupe. When doing a retightening service on micro locks, it's a few different methods you can use in order to retighten your client's hair or your hair. You can either use a 2-point, 3-point, or 4-point rotation. I personally like to do the 4-point rotation because it gives you the most, I say hair insurance. It gives you a more like rope-like, tighter lock. Now, the 3-point rotation is also a good option too. It just is not as tight. It gives you more of like a looser lock. And then a 2-point rotation, I wouldn't suggest using that for micro locks because that is going to give your hair too much room to grow out and fill out. I would say the 2-point rotation is going to be better for if you're doing traditional locks and you want to do interlocking. Like let's say you have a client that works out a lot, or you have a client that plays football and they sweat in their head a lot. That's going to be best for them because they'll be able to shampoo their hair, every couple of weeks, or, put something on their hair to where palm rolling wouldn't be the best option, because whenever you do palm rolling, if you wash it the next week, it's going to be puffy. You're not going to see the difference, and it's not going to be as clean. So it's either going to be a 2-point rotation, a 3-point rotation, or a 4-point rotation. And for this client, because she comes about every 6 to 8 weeks to get her hair retightened, I'm doing a 4-point rotation. And the 4-point rotation is basically you're going to either go counterclockwise or clockwise. And whenever you have your tool, you don't want to put the hair through the same hole twice. So that way you help avoid like holes or gaps in your lock, and you just follow it. You kind of like, I say, it's kind of like you make a T when you're doing the 4-point rotation. You kind of put the base of the lock, like look at the base of the lock as like a T, and then you go around counterclockwise or clockwise. And this is just like super easy. This is going to help ensure that your locks are nice and smooth. You're going to have the longevity of having your locks for a long time, if you so choose, whether you have them for 10, 20, or however many years. Your locks are going to look good for a long time because you're not, doing anything that's going to put them in jeopardy. So the time it takes to do a Microloc retightening service is about 2 hours for me for a client with this size locks. And then if there's locks are much smaller, then it goes from 2.5 hours to 3 hours, depending on how long they waited to get their hair retightened. My favorite thing about Microlocs or any type of small lock is they're so easy to maintain. As long as you're being consistent with your retightening schedule, it's really easy to maintain. You shampoo your hair about every 7 to 10 days. When you first get them done, you don't want to use any conditioner for at least the first 6 months to a year in order for your hair to fully lock. And then after that, 6 months to a year, when your hair is locked or, it's almost locked up, you can start using conditioner. But it's super easy to maintain, and it's a really good. Microlocs are a really great candidate for anyone who wants to get locks. So it's no one in particular that's not a great candidate for Microlocs. Like literally across the board, everyone is possibly a great candidate for Microlocs. So it's just my favorite thing to do, and just to kind of, encourage my clients to get them done if they're feeling like in a slump, or they're just like, I don't know what to do with my hair. I'm overstyling it. I'm overdoing it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to do anything to it. It's also a great candidate for Microlocs. Is also a great candidate for people who, like, let's say you wear braids all the time or protective styles all the time, and you don't wear your hair out at all. It's a great option because they're so small. If you want to change it up and do something different, you can always, braid it down and put a wig over it or whatever. So it's a good, good get up and go. You can go swimming. You can this is like get up and go type hair. So this is my favorite thing. Along with Microlocs just being an overall great style to just get up and go, low maintenance, the possibilities of styling it is unlimited. Also, the products that you're using for your Microlocs, it's not a lot. You're not using a lot of products for your hair. Most of my clients, they have a shampoo, conditioner, and maybe a leave-in conditioner. In order to maintain your Microlocs, you also want to make sure that you're investing into a either satin pillowcase or a satin bonnet, because again, you don't want the cotton to get into your locks and create fuzz around the base of your locks or attached to your locks. You don't want a lot of lint or fuzz in your locks. So investing into a satin pillowcase or a satin bonnet is going to just really protect your investment, protect your hair. At nighttime, or whenever you're shampooing your hair, or like let's say you're going swimming, whenever your hair touches water, or you're going to sleep at nighttime, when you have new baby locks, you want to make sure that you're putting your hair in a braid and band method. And this is just going to protect your investment, protect your hair from any slippage, budding, frizziness. You're going to do this. You're going to put your hair in the braid and band method, and you're going to plait your hair up in large sections, probably no more than about 8 to 10 sections, and you're gonna braid it up, you're gonna plait it up, and then you're gonna leave about 1 inch or 2 inches out at the ends. And then in order to hold it, you're gonna secure the braids, the plaits, with a satin scrunchie, with satin scrunchies. I say satin scrunchies because again, you're protecting your investment, you're protecting your hair. You can find all these things online on Amazon, or you can also go to my website and you can purchase these items. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, watching my video on how to do microlocs, or if you've watched any of my other videos, I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.